Hello there, Night Blue 6 enjoyers. Today is a special day because your boy is 1 year closer to retirement age. Today I am beginning that weird period of life when I will say to people that I am in my late 20s. I am 25, the same age as Tupac when the US government captured him and put him into stasis. The only difference is that my biggest legacy so far is role-playing a train entering a tunnel with my girlfriend. Anyhow, that is why I am playing this abomination in the support role. I thought it was a complete troll, but since then I have won 8 out of 10 games I played. The game begins with a few gentle touches in bot lane, resulting in my personal win because my ego is so big that 1 kill for me is more than 2 kills for some random Polish kid. Sometime later, I am lovingly explaining to my opponents what their daddy means when he says to their mother that he loves her by doing the same penetrating activity to them as he does to her. During which this Pua cosplay of a scarecrow arrives to harvest some dark souls for his collection, which leads to an overly anticlimactic chase. Then we continue to dominate the lane with our superior sucking skills. Even though we are neither a girl nor vacuum cleaner, it can be an important skill in order to climb a ranked ladder. But Sona uses her disability card and gets away with 1 HP. Sadly, I was born in the last millennium, and therefore something like respect for disabled people is just a bad joke. One of the countless benefits of playing this anorectic creature as support is the fact that you can take cannons from your AD carry while fighting enemies. You know, a slightly more gentle way than playing Zyra and making the last hitting for your AD carry harder than it is in Dota 2. Also, there is this awkward moment when you are playing Fiddlesticks and you have your R ready, but due to casting time, you can't really just use it in front of their faces. Fiddle is also good if your Ashe has accuracy, just like her father when he came home drunk and horny and mistaken her bed for that of his wife. Please send my regards to Kane and tell him that a good Grim Reaper needs to be dead and not brain dead. I think Sona is not happy with the course of this game so far, and since she is mute, she sadly cannot communicate her anger any other way than by running it down. God, I wish there were more mute champions in the league. Imagine those Yasuo players running it down, but you won't be angry because you know it is just their way of communicating. There are 2 aspects to my videos, funny commentary and funny gameplay, and I feel like using both of them at the same time could be considered an illegally owned weapon. This rat thinks he can hurt this poor mute girl under my watch because she can't scream for help, so I take matters into my own hands and save her. Sadly, she dies during the process, but would rather be dead than live as someone's slave. Imagine if all those people who feel like slaves in society would take an example from her. We would commit mass seppuku. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be the first YouTuber to get famous thanks to suicide. Let's all thank Riot for giving us the second coming of Yasuo with all the things we hated in the original amplified. Then I see my insect friend who has had enough of the people and evolved into a man-eating locust being chased down, so I surprise them by yelling surprise because there is no better way to express your emotions than to tell them out loud. And at the end, I use my very own recipe on how to win games as a support. Make them hate you so much that they focus on you in team fights. So we proceed to dull our weapons by hitting some big stone structure because evidently that is how you win in this game. If you want to support my content, please hit that like button. As a reward, I will remind you of that one time you accidentally entered your back door with your finger while cleaning it, and you did not exactly hate it. The second game begins with an amazing idea to win lane sooner than the laning phase begins, but there is probably some learning I have to do because after this play, I learned that my other spells don't fear when I stay out of vision and stand still if I don't have my Q, and also that my ward doesn't reveal other wards until level 6. Anywho, more solo experience for me, I guess. Then after a failed fight, I end up in a situation where I am forced to chase a black character despite not being racist and doing exactly what every 5th cop in the US would do after catching him. It results in an awkward moment because I am terrible at all-cove gaming. If somebody wants to make an all-cove gaming guide, I will be the first one in your comments section. Because I am an OG lock screen gamer, I barely noticed this chick diving us at level 4. At least we killed her and the privileged princess got killed, basically ruining the game for Redhead. Then there is an incident with the First League champion that shows her feet in splash art. Riot Games are obviously targeting a new kind of audience. Hopefully there will be some collaboration with feet models in the future. Maybe the next worlds will not only have their own song but also their own feet. Lux will be exactly 13 years old in 1 week, so I wished her a happy birthday in advance. I know what you are thinking now. You felt bad for sexualizing Annie, and now you realize Lux is underage as well. Shame on your family. After the feet model tries to make us fall for her once again, there is one of those classic XD moments where you think the fight is over, but your girlfriend turns on lights at 2 a.m. and your brain gets so confused that in severe cases, the outcome is death. The sad truth about League of Legends is that in order to climb, you can't rely on your teammates being good, but more often than not, you have to rely on your enemies being bad, as in this clip of feet model saving me from Redhead. Or in better cases, you play Fiddle and you give them no opportunity for good plays because they spend 5 seconds unable to use spells. Sometime later, my jungler feels like this is his video and tries to win the comedy gold trophy. Fiddle is about as good at ruining your happiness as your impotence. So pretty good, I would say. Right here, I felt like Quentin Tarantino, only if he recorded 18+ movies. The problem of this game was this hairdresser who decided to solve the problem of customers not being able to decide on a haircut before coming to her with mass murder. And eventually, even such wonder kids as this very dominant male caught up and started being useful. There is a limit to how many times you can get aced without losing a game, and we just reached it. Not going to lie, but there is something about it when people say low elo players can't end games. But for me personally, I feel good about games that I lose despite being fed. Anywho, I leave you Johnny-less for now.